set for one fall. The first team to be introduced by their manager. Their opponents, total combined weight 462 pounds. First, from Washington, D.C., Tommy Angel. From Charlotte, North Carolina, Brett Holliday.
Brett Holliday and Tommy Angel to challenge Jim Cornette's Midnight Express. And Bob with the injury, and again, we don't want to speculate how badly, and we don't know exactly what part of the anatomy that Robert Gibson has been injured, but it does throw a little cloud over the matchup 1 week from tonight, exclusively on pay-per-view at Halloween Havoc between the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express.
That's right, Jim. Rock and Roll and the Midnight, they're going to be meeting. They're scheduled to meet at Halloween Havoc. But, Jim, I tell you, with the tremendous showing that Tommy Rich made in there with Ricky Morton, I really feel like Rich could step right in there and he could do more than a creditable job.
I think you're right. And, Bob, what comments we have heard. Flair, Anderson ready for Doom. Doom ready for the Horseman. Sting is, at an all-time high. He is, I think we'll never see him any better than we will see Sting 1 week from tonight. But will that be enough to offset a 6'9", 330-pound monster like Sid Vicious?
Jim, we have seen Sting wrestle some fantastic matches. We've seen him go 60 minutes in matches that were just tremendous and outstanding. But when I think about it and I look at Vicious and I look at Sting and I think how tremendous he's been in those matches, he is really, I think, going to have to literally wrestle the match of his life to be able to walk out of that ring with a championship.
I want to congratulate Gordon Soley for evicting Paulie dangerously from the Gordon's wrestling wrap-up set. That was much needed. I may try that myself sometime. Power Hour. As a matter of fact, the Power Hour back with us this coming Friday night. And big news there. We're going to have a great tag team match this coming Foreign Country that slips my mind. Tommy Angel, and boy, he's an outstanding competitor. Scooping up Stan Lane and slams him down. Tommy Angel in great condition. And he went for a high-risk move, much like beautiful Bobby, but Bobby's batting well over 500 in his. Tommy Angel he struck out on that one. A sweet stand of those martial arts blows taking over there.
All you fans around the Baltimore area, tomorrow night, World Championship Wrestling will be in Baltimore at the Baltimore Arena. And then Monday night, as Jim mentioned a few moments ago, Monday night at 7:30, Gainesville, Georgia, Georgia Mountain Center. Over 30 great stars there, Jim, and that's going to be our national TV taping. Fans, you can see all the great NWA stars right there at that taping. You don't want to miss that one. It's Tuesday in Sumter, South Carolina, and Wednesday in Savannah, Georgia.
Great teamwork. I'm oftentimes amazed at the chain wrestling moves that the Midnight Express are able to execute. A lot of teams are known for their counter wrestling, for the defensive wrestling. The Midnight Express, a very offensive-minded team. Inside cradle there by Tommy Angel. And, of course, their manager's about as offensive as anybody I know.
Jimmy is that, but you know Cornette that in a lot of other people's eyes, but they go together with all the pieces. They sort of fit perfectly as a tag team. When you've got Eaton, who's the high flyer, and then you got Stan with the karate moves, and they complement each other so well.
Beautiful Bobby catching Tommy Angel coming into that elbow. Bobby Eaton, one of the greatest performers on a nightly basis in the history of the NWA, and that covers a lot of ground, and I intend for it to. I don't know of anybody in the sport that's any more competitive than beautiful Bobby Eaton.
You can look at any sport and any great star, Jim, and they have off nights. It doesn't make a difference whether it's baseball, football, boxing, or whatever it might be, basketball, but Eaton never seems to have an off night. He's always on top of it.
Now the Midnight Express focusing squarely on the back of Tommy Angel. There you see Stan Lane with those forearms right in the lower back area. Now, he's over the top ring cable there, trying to choke the oxygen away from this outstanding young competitor. Tommy Angel trying to reach for the tag for Brett Holliday. Beautiful Bobby with a big right hand.
Well, one of the things you've got to always be aware of when you're in the ring against a Midnight Express, and that is it's like taking on three. You really got three against you because Cornette, somewhere or the other, Cornette's going to figure in the match.
Cornette has been known to load that tennis racket with all types of the vaunted international objects. He can really nail you with it. Look at this teamwork here. Bobby Eaton acting like he's the innocent as he was holding on to Tommy Angel. This team doesn't miss a trick. They are just tremendous. Nice move there by Tommy Angel. Good quickness rolling up Stan Lane, and it got 2 out of it. Near fall there. That could have been a shocking upset there.
But Jim, look how quick it was that Stan Lane got to his feet and was back on the attack again.
Lane now tagging in beautiful Bobby. Midnight Express eating with the elbow. Tommy Angel in a lot of trouble. Needs to tag in Holliday, no doubt about that. Good teamwork again. Just a succession of great offensive moves that we're seeing. What an offensive display. They're the BYU of wrestling. They put the points on the board, and here comes Holliday back in the match. Working the referee's count there. He's got a full Nelson on Holliday. And right off the top rope with a knee right to the back of the head on Brett Holliday. What a devastating move. Holliday is out of it. He's limp, Bob.
What is Eden trying to do to him?
They have knocked this man into Never Never Land.
Ladies and gentlemen, here your...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Nintendo Power Play, Nintendo Game Boy. Now you're playing with power, and this, a great illustration of power, a great illustration of offensive tag team wrestling, chain wrestling moves.
Tremendous teamwork also by the Midnight Express. Full Nelson, look at Eden, how high he gets off of the rope with a knee right to the